Good day, everyone. So this is Alvin again from the Philippines, and today I am going to talk about my top 10 favorite final two in Miss Universe pageant. These are the final two ladies whom I think are the best from 1952 up to 2018. So I will be picking my top 10 and also be giving out my reasons why. So what I did is I ranked all the first runners up and I ranked all the Miss Universe winners on my list. And then the highest averaged pair are of course the basis of this ranking. So before I begin my top 10, I will also mention my honorable mention because I do believe they deserves to be mentioned on this list. So my honorable mention is the Miss Universe 1986 Final 2, Barbara Palacios from Venezuela, who won Miss Universe, and her first runner-up, Christy Fitchner from United States. I have always adored these two ladies. Both are just amazing during their time in the competition. During the initial interview, USA and Venezuela certainly stood out for me because USA was just so outspoken with her bubbly personality, while Venezuela was displaying nothing but pure charm and elegance. During the evening gown competition, I was just wowed. USA came out with a long-sleeved pink dress and she was looking so regal and classy, while Venezuela came out as well wearing another long sleeve gown in blue. Loved her big hair, and the dragonfly pin was just classic. Venezuela's dress is much simpler, but it definitely made her a standout against other ladies. When Venezuela was crowned as the winner, I was very, very happy with it. And seeing USA with her in the final two was just spectacular because both gave stunning performances. Now for my top 10, starting with my number 10, Miss Universe 2003, Amelia Vega from Dominican Republic, and of course Mariangel Ruiz from Venezuela as her first runner-up. In 2003, although it was very clear that Dominican Republic is going to be the runaway winner, it still cannot be denied that Venezuela also gave her a tough competition. I mean, performance-wise, Venezuela will always be my second pick if being compared to Dominican Republic. So I was expecting that Venezuela might tip the scale in the final question. But during that round, Venezuela gave an outstanding answer. So I was expecting that it was a very difficult answer to beat. So I was expecting that Dominican Republic really needs to give a very, very strong answer here if she wants to win. But Dominican Republic's response, wow, it was really, really good. It was very, very sweet. And when she was crowned as a winner, there was no surprise at all. But as a pair, as a duo, I think they are very, very strong. My number 9 is Miss Universe 2006, Zuleyka Rivera from Puerto Rico, and Kurara Shibana from Japan as her first runner-up. Puerto Rico was definitely a heavy favorite from the start of the competition. And there were also other names that are coming out as a potential crown contender like Switzerland, Canada, Mexico, and Trinidad and Tobago. Japan was also a strong contender but wasn't really seen as a heavy favorite for the title until the pageant finale. Puerto Rico was giving us that strong and fighter of a performance and has given us one of the most unforgettable evening gown performances in Miss Universe history, while Japan is standing out because of her natural Japanese beauty and charm accompanied with her great performance. During the final question, it was very clear that Puerto Rico would be winning that year, but Japan was also being considered after giving a very, very sweet and beautiful answer. So overall, these two are definitely a force to reckon with in pageant history. My number 8 is Miss Universe 2005, Natalie Glebova from Canada, along with her first runner-up, Cynthia Olavarria from Puerto Rico. These two are another stunning and great ladies that stood in the final two. There were also amazing contenders in 2005 like Latvia, Venezuela, and Dominican Republic. But again, it cannot be denied that it was a yin-yang of a battle between Puerto Rico, who was wearing a black dress, and Canada, who was wearing a white dress. Plus, both of them gave a spectacular performance in both swimsuit and evening gown round. During the final question, that was the moment that sealed them in the final two. Puerto Rico responded with pure honesty and giving a very personal but beautiful response, while Canada just took our breath away. That was also one of the best answers in Miss Universe history. Overall, as a pair, Puerto Rico and Canada, they are very, very strong. My number 7 is Miss Universe 1994, Sushmita Sen from India and Carolina Gomez from Colombia. 1994 was definitely another iconic final 2 in Miss Universe. Both are already strong contenders in the competition. After Colombia finished first runner-up in 1992 and 1993, she definitely came very, very strong last 1994 in the hopes of finally taking home another crown. Taking home the crown for Colombia. And also, India is just right on her tail, doing another excellent job as well. And during the top 3 question, that was the round that definitely separates the winner from the rest. Because when India came out to answer the question, she just hit the home base. She just hits the bullseye with that answer. From that time, it was already very clear that she was taking home the title. Colombia also gave a great answer, but I think it wasn't as strong as India. However, these two deserves to be in this list for being one of the best final 2 in history. My number 6 is Miss Universe 1993, Dayanara Torres from Puerto Rico and Paula Betancourt from Colombia. In 1993, Colombia was already considered as one of the strong contenders by earning a very high score in all parts of the competition, while Puerto Rico was also a favorite but not as heavy as Colombia, Australia, and Venezuela. As usual, even in 1993, Colombia have the same fire as the Colombian representatives that we have now. She's got an amazing, amazing personality. She is super intelligent, especially in interviews, and she was super, super stunning. Puerto Rico looked very, very beautiful and very, very sweet, and she sounded so ecstatic and excited during the interviews. During the evening gown competition, Colombia topped that round, while Puerto Rico placed 5th. And during the top 6 final question, she just nailed it. Plus, she was just very, very sweet, and when she signaled the interpreter, that was just priceless. Her personality definitely made her a standout that year. Colombia also did well. When the top 3 was announced, it was clear that it's going to be a toss between Puerto Rico and Colombia. Both are very, very strong, and it's difficult to choose who will be the winner between Puerto Rico and Colombia because both are amazing, as what I have said. But I believe Puerto Rico won because of her personality. It made her a real standout against Colombia. But again, as what I have said, both are just amazing, amazing final 2. And I truly think that Puerto Rico did not expect herself to do very, very well because even herself was very, very surprised every time she is being called as one of the finalists and semi-finalists. So overall, amazing, amazing top 2. My number 5 is Miss Universe 2018, Catriona Gray from the Philippines, and her first runner-up, Tamarind Green from South Africa. This is our most recent pair in the pageant. Philippines was obviously the clear favorite and front runner to win. From the time she was crowned during the national pageant up to the time she arrived in Thailand, she has been consistently topping the list all the way to the finale and the crowning moment. Meanwhile, her runner-up South Africa was also another favorite and also tipped to do very, very well indeed. Philippines gave a classic performance during the swimsuit, although it wasn't the strongest of the night, but it was good. Her evening gown performance, though, and even the gown itself, was clearly the best of that night. For South Africa, she was stunning during the swimsuit and rocking those ponytails, but unfortunately, she struggled during the evening gown to the point that many of us are nervous that she might not make it in the top 5. However, when the 2 rounds of question and answer started, both of them were unstoppable. Both are very smart, eloquent, and confident in giving the responses. Philippines was great as Miss Universe, and I am happy for South Africa finishing as first runner-up as well because she earned it. Although I was very vocal that I would have been happier if it was Venezuela standing with Philippines in the final two. Sorry about that. My number 4 is Miss Universe 1995, Chelsi Smith from USA, and her first runner-up, Manpreet Brar from India. This was the year where a certain country, which is India, is very, very close to winning up the first back-to-back victory in Miss Universe. I have to be honest, for Manpreet Brar, her beauty isn't really my cup of tea, same as Chelsi Smith. But when the competition started, they just took my attention right away because both are not only good in swimsuit and evening gown performances, but what really took me away was their wit. Both are very, very intelligent. When the top 6 interviews started, they were just unbeatable because both are giving one of the best, if not the best, interview responses in history. It was nothing cheesy and of course nothing cliche, but just pure product of intelligence. In the final 3, they both nailed the final question. India, just wow. That response, thinking, living individuals, outstanding. USA was so natural and she just gave a strong answer. What I loved about them is after giving the question, they answered right away without wasting any second. So seeing them in the final 2, it was very clear that these are the final 2 that deserves to be recognized as one of the best. My number 3 is Miss Universe 2004, Jennifer Hawkins from Australia, and Shandy Finney from USA. In 2004, this was just a very, very memorable moment for me. USA's Shandy Finney and Australia's Jennifer Hawkins was out of this world amazing. And I am just so happy to see 2 blondes in the final 2. Facially, they are definitely one of the most beautiful final 2 in Miss Universe. USA stood out during the evening gown with her powder blue evening gown, but Australia came out with her olive green evening gown, which I considered as one of the best evening gown in history. I love the design of the gown and how beautifully it was made. During the final question, I find it very difficult to choose as well because both give a very, very strong answer. But when Australia was called as the winner, I was very, very happy because she deserved it. I am also happy for Shandy, for USA, because her performance was also good and surely deserves another crown. My number 2 is Miss Universe 2015, Pia Wurtzbach from the Philippines, and her first runner-up, Ariadna Gutierrez from Colombia. This was the first year of IMG holding and managing the Miss Universe pageant, and we have already witnessed a huge shift in the competition. Colombia came in very, very strong in the hopes of taking a back-to-back victory, while Philippines came in as a favorite as well to win, although many still doubted that she could do it. But when the competition started, Colombia just kept on standing out in both swimsuit and evening gown performances, while Philippines started to become a real huge threat as well after giving a very, very on point and solid, strong performances, and of course, that iconic evening gown performance. But during the 2 rounds of the final question, that was the moment that proved that these ladies aren't only strong facially and beautiful facially, because performance-wise, they are also good. But aside from those factors, they are also very, very intelligent women who are perfect to represent the organization. I think when Colombia was announced as the winner, there was not much of a shock because everybody have witnessed that she also did a very, very beautiful job and performance in the competition. But the biggest surprise came out when Philippines was announced as the actual winner. Any of them could be the winner because individually, both are solid strong. But as a pair, as a final 2 in Miss Universe, they are even stronger. And the best final 2 in Miss Universe history, in my opinion, we all have our own personal list and I respect your choice, but here's my choice. Miss Universe 2008, Dayana Mendoza from Venezuela, and her first runner-up, Taliana Vargas from Colombia. This surely deserves to be on the top of the list. This was a roller coaster of a feeling because we were all wishing if only they will be allowed to give 2 titles and 2 crowns. This was one of the happiest but also the most heartbreaking crowning moment, because we all know that these two, Venezuela and Colombia, just gave us a performance that are not only strong, but a performance that can be considered as the standards of a great performance in Miss Universe history. Aside, of course, from the very fact that these two are super beauties, from their almost perfect swimsuit performances and to the iconic evening gown performances, these two certainly proved that it's not about the dress, but it's how you wear it. Colombia wore a dress that at first glance raises her eyebrows, but she carried it with some style, and Venezuela with that yellow gown with a very common and simple silhouette. Yet, she made it a memorable, especially with her turn. I am very glad that Venezuela won, but half of our heart was wishing that if only Colombia competed in a different year, she could have been Miss Universe as well. Undoubtedly, one of the best editions and final two in Miss Universe history. Now, what do you think? Who are the best pair in your opinion? And who do you think is the strongest final two in Miss Universe history? Don't forget to hit the comment sections below. And of course, don't forget to like the video and share the video as well. And most importantly, don't forget to subscribe, because you'll be seeing more of these videos in the future. So for now, thank you very much and have a wonderful day from the Philippines.